Disasters don't care about convenience. Thankfully, Temporary Housing Directory does. With years of service, here are what some clients had to say. Melissa P. met with Ava, who helped when Melissa's home caught fire.
I had this illusion that my insurance company would hold my hand and tell me, "Don't worry, Mrs. Pickrell. Take care of your babies while we take care of your house," like in the commercials on TV. But sadly, they did not, and I felt overwhelmed and alone. Until you reached out to me, Ava. You reached out and asked what I needed. You called back and emailed super fast and had us housed the same day in a room that had a kitchen for my babies. You went one step further and ensured the hotel would be able to assist me from the car to my room with all my belongings, babies, and dog.
And Sarah S. was in a similar scenario to Melissa P. when THD swooped in to help.
Back in March, I had a house fire, and after that occurred, unfortunately, I had to be placed in temporary housing until the construction was done on my house. And THD was wonderful. They contacted me, and they were professional, and the welcome notice that they gave me was just on point, because it just told me what my expectations for myself, and even more so for them during the whole process, what it would include. So they asked about the type of place I wanted. Some of the other things, anytime that I reached out to them, they immediately responded. They told me about all the different procedures that would occur when I was signing the lease. They contacted the property management. They hooked up the utilities for me. And after I signed the lease, I stepped into my apartment the next day, and I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, I had the same comforts that I had in my current house. So I would definitely recommend THD to anyone that's looking for a temporary housing.
Even when there is no disaster, only a move like in BJ's case, employees like Amy make sure it is a stress-free transition. Here's what BJK had to say.
Recently, my company offered me a promotion that required relocating my family from the West Coast to Houston, Texas. My company very graciously took care of moving us, including placing us in temporary housing while we figured out where we would land. The housing directory made an otherwise very stressful and extensive move experience almost seamless. While our things were in storage, THD assisted us in finding a comfortable place to stay for a couple months while we got our son settled in his new school, and I figured out the details of my new role. We showed up to the property, were handed the keys, and we entered a clean, fully furnished apartment complete with kitchen items, towels, linens, and comfortable furniture. It was a turnkey process.
Less stress is always the goal, be it a move, a fire, or a flood like it was for Eric C. Thankfully, Ashton, Amanda, and Shelley were there to help him and his family.
Our experience with your organization's team at THD has been great. Amanda, Shelley, and you have all made our bad situation just a little bit better. As you know, being displaced by flood damage is horrible. However, with your assistance, we're in a hotel with our pet. Your responsiveness and assistance from the start has been a big help.
And Allison B. had similar things to say about THD's Erin.
I just wanted to extol the virtues of Erin C. in your Connecticut office. She has gone above and beyond in her duties at THD. She is very professional, knowledgeable, and an absolute joy to speak with. I have worked in customer service as a supervisor at American Airlines for over 25 years, and I know all about excellent customer service when I am fortunate enough to be on the receiving end. Erin always returns my calls and is helping with an exceptionally difficult situation. I just can't say enough about her. Thanks for the opportunity to pass on how wonderful she is.
There is no disaster too big for THD. Just ask the Nigris family about their situation.
Matthew is our angel. At a time when we were still reeling from losing our home to a tornado, we met Matthew, and he handled one of our biggest concerns, accommodations. We didn't have to do a thing other than tell him what we needed. Matthew is friendly, understanding, patient, professional, knowledgeable, and efficient. Over and over again, he got us accurate information and found us suitable accommodations in record time. I hope we're never in this situation again, but if we are calling Matthew. Thanks, Matthew. You are truly the best at what you do. We will always remember your kindness and help at a very difficult time in our lives.
Temporary Housing Directory.